the opening rounds didn't start off the way that I wanted them to. Manny Pacquiao had a lot of momentum from the knockdown. I ended up paying attention to the rounds. By the time we hit the 7th, I was like, damn, we're in the 7th already. The fight just really flew by. As my original trainer said, smart fighters win, dumb fighters lose. There was just some adjustments that I didn't make that I could have made. Obviously, he caught me with my hands down in the first round. You know, I was aware of Manny Pacquiao's springiness. I was aware that I should have done my head movement, but being aware and doing what you need to do are two different things in the ring. So like I always said, I'm not afraid to let it go. If you can beat me. I was beaten tonight, and that's the sport of boxing, baby. But your boy Keith One Time is here, and I'm not going nowhere, and I'll be back.
Coming up now, new WBA Super Champion, Senator Manny Pacquiao. Let's give it up for Manny. Great performance, man. Opening statement for fans.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I did my, we did it best. I'm sure the fans is very happy because of the result. Although it will be bad, you know, I want to clap my opponent. That he's very tough and he's young. I can say he's heavy-handed, man. Not like other opponent that I faced before. This guy is he can fight. He has a lot of you know, his journey is not in this tonight. He has a lot of future to fight. And, but the good don't be discouraged. This is part of boxing, and I know your journey is not over here. It's not finished. This guy is a warrior. I can say that because I've been fighting a lot of opponents, and this guy is heavy-handed, man. It's kind of opponent that you underestimate. So, but thank you. I mean, of the support, because I did my hard work training for this fight. I think I just blessed because I got hit that in the first round, and that's the key. I think that's the turning the point of being a winner tonight. But God is good all the time. So thank you so much to all your support, media, press. Because of you, thank you so much.
Okay, now we're going to open it up for questions. We have one right here, Kevin Ioli.
Let me start with Keith. Keith, great fight tonight. I wonder, first of all, there was a lot of talk about Manny being 40 years old before the fight, being a legend. When you got him in the ring, how was he different than you thought? Was he faster, and was there any way that he surprised you with what he did in the ring?
Well, he was fast, he was strong. You know, the short steps, you know, everything that Manny Pacquiao always has been, you know, he has a lot of it still left in him. I felt like, you know, I was going to give him a pressing fight, you know, even though he knocked me down. I didn't care, I wanted to be in his face. I felt like he was getting a little bit tired in the later rounds, but he does train hard. You know, he trains hard. He kept his hands up. He's been in so many wars that now he knows what not to do. You know, he knows how to utilize his defense a little better, and that was a little bit surprising to me. I knew going into this fight that he's been the more active fighter than me, and even at the age of 40, that's probably the best thing he had going for him, is the constant activity to keep him staying in shape. You know, I told everybody I'm getting back this year after 2 years, and I just thought that Keith Thurman getting back, being the original Keith Thurman, would be able to walk away with a victory today. You know, I felt like I had a good training camp. I could have had a better output in my numbers to go toe-to-toe with Manny Pacquiao, because, you know, he always brings that the high output. But it was a great fight, man. You know, I feel like I tested him, and I tested myself. I wish that I could given him more. Like I said though, the rounds were flying by, and it is what it is, man. This is a sport. You got to lock it in round by round, and the judges, you know, they saw it their way, and he's now the new champion. Congratulations to Manny Pacquiao.
Thank you, Keith. Manny, one question for you, if I could, right in the front. Well, two questions I'll put into one. Do you think this was your best performance since you beat Margarito in Dallas? And second, you kept up a pace faster than I can remember you in a long time. When do you think you fought at this kind of a pace last?
What I think, can you say that again, the last?
How about your pace? When was the last time you fought at this fast of a pace?
I think I did also my last fight. I always thinking about my best in every fight. I always thinking about, you know, I will tell you this. Every fight that I had in preparing of my fight, my concern is I don't want to disappoint my fans of my performance. That's why every training camp I always punish myself.
Keith, the shot that Manny hit you with in the 5th round, how much damage did that do to your nose, and how was it for you to deal with that for the remainder of the fight?
It wasn't that bad. It just hit me in the right spot and created a leakage. At the end of the day, I had my nose bleeding and sparring a little bit. So I believe that he just placed it right on the button and reactivated something that I went through in training camp. And I just had to deal with it, you know. I remember when my nose was bleeding against Diego Chavez, and it just, it didn't bother me too much. I just was focused and just trying to put some pressure on him, land some counters. But he was quite conservative and herky-jerky. And, you know, I started to do better later on in the fight. I really thought I was putting some pressure on him, but my numbers just weren't up to par to be victorious tonight.
Right back, Manny. Congratulations on your victory. Because you're 40 years old and you just beat one of the very best welterweights out there, an undefeated champion, I wonder if you could look back over the course of your long career and try to put this where it ranks as far as the accomplishment tonight to beat this caliber of an opponent at this stage of your career.
I think I can rank this like Margarito fight, like De La Hoya fight, Morales fight, the Morales one, Marquez fight, Barrera fight.
Is that in order?
Huh?
Are you putting it in order, or is it
No,
just
no,
among
just
those fights?
mentioning the fights.
And why is that?
Oh, I mean, you saw tonight what we did in the ring. My opponent was very tough and strong also. First time I encounter opponent like heavy-handed like Pacquiao Thurman. So,
Is it possible to get Freddie's take on that also, since he's been with him for all those fights, Freddie? Just your thoughts about where it ranks as far as in his pantheon of great victories, particularly because of his age.
I think it was a great win. I mean, we fought a good fight. I mean, we've been off for a while, but we had a great training camp, and I thought he did really well in the fight. And we won a close decision, obviously, but it was a split decision. But like somebody said to me, like, could you say goodbye after this fight? I says, neither fighter has anything to prove. They proved so much tonight. Let's all take a rest right now, and then we'll decide what we're going to do later on. But for right now, we're just going to have a good rest.
Mark Winter right over here.
Keith, you had things going your way. You got to the 10th round. That round was going well. And then he hit you with a body shot. How conclusive was that in terms of the fight and the round? Because it seemed like you did a pretty good job just to get out of that situation.
There was so much going, and I felt like I was grabbing some momentum back. And in that moment, you know, I knew it was going to be difficult to really get the judges back on my side for the remainder of the championship rounds. My coach Dan Birmingham said you got to win every round. I felt like I needed to possibly get a knockdown or get back. You know, I think I ended the 10th kind of back with some trades back to Manny. But, you know, I definitely was obviously hurt in that round. And, I mean, it was a close fight. You know, it really was. That's what boxing's all about. You just never know what's really going to happen. You know, obviously, he was well prepared. He was in shape. I tried to push him to his limit, and he came out on top.
Andreas, Keith, question for you. You talk about the time off and the activity that Manny had. If you would have had another couple of fights, do you think it would have made a difference in this fight preparation just by being more active?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've seen champions in inactivity not favor them, you know, from time to time. But I just thought that, you know, I would be able to do some countering, you know, utilizing my jab from the outside and really pressure him in the way that I did. You know, some of the things that I wanted to do, I was able to do. But ultimately, I just really feel like, in retrospect, that I fell short on the number game. You know, a little bit of the defense due to the knockdown in the first round. He really did capitalize on just springing at me while I was moving backwards. You know, I could have utilized more head movement. I showed when I was juking and jiving, you know, I was confusing Pacquiao pretty well in there. I know I have the skills to be victorious in the ring. But yeah, obviously, 22 months out of the game, Jose Cito Lopez and then Manny Pacquiao. You know, I try to stay active, but you know, maybe another fight in between would have helped.
We're going to take a couple of questions for Manny, and then he's got to go. So if you have something for Manny, Andreas.
Manny, you fought a lot of guys. Can you talk about, you said Keith Thurman's very heavy-handed. What would you rank him against with other opponents that you faced that have hit you?
Keith is like a Margarito. Margarito is heavy-handed. I think it's because he's big, too big for me, so that's why I feel like he has a heavy hand.
Over here. My question for Manny. You have a career outside of the ring in which you are in a position to make decisions and utilize your thinking. And you took a lot of punishment in this fight that a lot of us hadn't seen you take before. Where do you plan to go? How far do you plan to go in boxing from this point, knowing that you have a career outside of the ring that may be affected by some of these punishments that you might be taking in the ring? And I have a question for Thurman after you answer that question.
Okay, your question is when I'm going to retire, but you know, I can still fight. I can give a good fight. I can entertain the fans. This is you know, the ability that I have. This is not my own, but God gave me this ability to continue my career for a purpose. And I believe that I'm here to inspire the fans, inspire the people of boxing. Not only that, you know, being a role model to everyone as a follower of God, a follower of Jesus Christ.
My question is
Manny,
Thurman.
well, hold your question for Keith. Manny's got to go, so let's give it up for Manny on a wonderful performance and congratulations.
I want to thank all of you, the media, press. Because of you, become known this event, promoting this. Your role for this boxing event is big, so big, because you promote this. You're the one who promoted this event. So, I always consider that you help a lot. My career, in our career in boxing, not only because of our own ability, but because of your promotion of this boxing event. Thank you so much, media.
Keith, my question to you, Keith. First of all, I want to commend you, Keith,